engaged. So basically, in between all of that, I met the love of my life, and he proposed. And then I had to navigate the wonderful world of planning my wedding. And back then it wasn't so easy really to find suppliers that appealed to me. So it just hit me like a ton of bricks. You know, wedding website. Why is there no wedding website in this region? Because Dubai is a very popular destination for weddings. A lot of expatriates get married here, obviously locals. I'm using all these global websites, but nothing exists here. Why? And I was like, no, I'm going to launch. I said to Dom, what about a wedding website? And he said, yes, let's do a print magazine. And I said, no, not print. Because brides don't have time.
So you saw a gap in the market.
Yeah.
What wasn't there that you wanted to be there?
Just access, because the local brides and the local Emirati community have very different tastes and styles to the expatriate community, like Western expats or Indian expats, for example, right? So I felt the market was really geared towards the Emirati community, which it should be, you know, because we're in you know, their land, right? But we can't ignore the fact that there is this big expatriate community, and they don't want to wear big, elaborate bling gowns. They want more elegant, simple, bohemian. They have different tastes. They don't want perfume favours. They want confetti, or maybe like little tea bag giveaways and things like that. So things like that were very difficult to find here, but I found them. But they didn't have a platform in which to market themselves. So I understood that there was a need, and also that these vendors and suppliers really needed someone like me to help them, or a platform like BrideClub to help them connect with that audience. So I didn't take a wage for 4 months. That was the agreement with Dom. I had to make it work before we made everything solid. I did everything. I used my savings. They literally gave me a space and a visa, and I went out to market. I tried to understand the industry. I met with top wedding planners. I asked them what they felt was lacking, and I think I convinced about 15 people out of 30 to hand me over their money to list for the first year on my website, basically. And that paid for certain things. And then a year later, I went independent from CPI, no hard feelings. It was just too small fish for them at the time. And I launched Club Media FZE, which is the holding company, because I didn't want to limit myself to just BrideClub. I always knew that I wanted to grow club websites.
Just so I can get clear, BrideClub ME is a platform.
It's an online
platform that you created, whereby people who have, you know, let's just say, for instance, I was a florist.
Yes.
I could pay you to advertise on your platform.
Yes.
Okay. Is it also, do you also plan weddings? Like if I'm to get married, I could come to you and say, right, would you please organise my wedding for me?
Well, you see, this is how the business has evolved over the 8 years since the launch. So no, we're still not wedding planners, and I have no intention of being a wedding planner. One of my biggest clients are wedding planners who advertise with me. So basically, it's an online platform that facilitates information, advice, tips, and ideas. So it's very heavily content driven. It's not just a directory. The vendor club directory is an element of the website, and that's where the brides and even wedding planners use our website to source vendors for wedding events and venues. So basically, what makes us very different as well is that we strictly vet the vendors that are on our website. I mean, anybody can offer to give me money to be on my website, but if they're not trade licensed, experienced, if they don't have a functioning website, social media presence, etc., I won't accept them. So brides know, and wedding planners also, know that when they come to my website, they're going to find quality professional vendors that can execute a wedding, basically. So when you say, are we wedding planners, the business has evolved to now offer a concierge service which is where we do get more personally involved with the bride and groom and hold their hand a little bit, and where we personally matchmake them with the right venue and vendors. But we're not there on the day. The wedding planner, they will help conceptualize the event with themes, colour schemes. They'll source the vendors, they'll be on the day, making sure everything's set up beautifully, logistically, that people are setting up. We don't do any of that.
What about those vendors who are very, very good at what they do, but they don't have that online presence? They're not very good with the digital marketing side of things.
Yeah. Well, that's why I launched BrideClub ME Business.
You just said then that you wouldn't accept them if they didn't have a following on social media. So I guess that's what I'm getting at.
No. I didn't say if they didn't have a following on social media. I said if they didn't have social media presence. Because in this day and age, in that industry, you have to. Because brides immediately go to your Instagram account. So I would never dream of turning somebody down if they had an Instagram page and only 5 followers. Fine, that's great. You have an Instagram account, you know. You have something that brides can go to. But then I launched BrideClub ME Business 3 years after launching BrideClubMe.com, because vendors would always come to me saying, Rio, how can I increase my following on Instagram? You know, you're good at creating content. How can I do that? Rio, I don't know what to price point my wedding planning services at. Any advice? What are brides looking for? And I found myself sitting down with these people for 2 hours over coffee, basically giving them their marketing plans and their marketing strategies and ideas on how to sell. And I thought to myself, why am I not making money from this? Like, I really enjoy doing this, probably more than I do running BrideClub actually. And it became a passion of mine to help entrepreneurs in the wedding industry elevate their businesses. So I launched BrideClub ME Business. Yes. For me, like, real success to me is feeling stable and happy. And yes, completing the goals that I set for myself. That to me is success. So I think I've been successful in launching a website, completing it and serving a purpose. But there are other things that I've done that, you know, haven't been a great success, and, you know, I've learned many lessons from. But yeah, the journey of being an entrepreneur can be very lonely, which is why I love all these new co-working initiatives, co-working spaces that are coming up, because it allows you to have that same buzzy environment, but you're still in your own zone, sort of thing. But no, it hasn't been easy at all. My website has been plagiarized word for word, completely copied. And I just remember being in the bath, crying my eyes out, like not believing that somebody could have the audacity to literally rip off my blood, sweat and tears at that time for 3 years and start business. And that's when I kind of learned that, you know, not everything's fluffy and there are snakes out there you have to be aware of.